Well, we are at Tzor'ah, another biblical place, and you can see some religious people walking down, although it's not so easy. It's another tell, archaeological hill, city on top of a city on top of a city, and I'm sure that you can read the sign here, the tomb of Shimshon Agibor and Manoach. In English, it's Samson. Remember Samson, Delilah, the prophet, and Manoach, which is his father. We know that he was buried between Tzor'ah and Eshtaol. At that time, it was at the place of one of the tribes, the tribe of Dan. It's a border between, behind us is Philistine, and here it's Judea. Actually, not Judea, Dan, one of the Jewish tribes, one of the 12. And we're climbing up to see his tomb. And I must say that I've been here a few times. I never took a video of it. And this is the first video of the tomb of Prophet Shimshon, Samson and Delilah. Yes, you can actually sing that song now. But let's talk about Shimshon, Samson. Shimshon in Hebrew, it's in a way the name of the sun, Shemesh, Shimshon. And in a way, the sun, for the Christians of us, it's part of God. And he was born, he was a totally different prophet than the others. And we're talking about the book of the prophets. He was the last one. And he was born in a miracles way, just like John the Baptist, just like Mary, according to the Catholic and the Orthodox. His mother was barren. She couldn't have children, and an angel came to her twice and told her that her son will be a prophet and a monk, which is strange in Judaism. They cannot drink any more wine. They cannot eat anything that connected to grapes, and she cannot cut his hair. This is Samson. We are climbing all the way up. For so many of the Christians, it symbolizes one of the good measures, power, heroic, bravery, and when he killed the lion, it's actually killed the devil. And when he destroyed Gaza, it's like, and he actually was pushing or turning down the pillows. It's the columns. Then it's like he's walking with the cross of Jesus. Now for the Christians, Evangelist, Protestants, Catholic, Orthodox is quite an important figure, quite an important prophet. And when he died, they took his body from the Philistines and buried him next to his father at the tomb of between Eshtaol and Tzor'ah. And we are climbing that place to show you the exact spot that so many people believe that it's the tomb himself. And now it's kind of a synagogue, then I have to cover my head, and I did it. It's only in Hebrew. The tomb of Shimshon and Manoach, his father. I'm blessing each one of you who are watching now that video. Jews, Christians, Muslims, everyone. You can see Bet Shemesh, the city next to it, a very biblical city as well. The book of Judge actually tells us a lot about Samson. There are 3 chapters, more than any prophet in the book, which is amazing by itself. He was totally different than the other prophets. No army, he did it by himself, alone. He had a mistake. For the Christians, the most important thing, the important thing that he carried the doors of Gaza on his way, on his back, until he reached Hebron, just like Jesus was walking with his cross on. He was, according to what we believe, a Jewish guy, but he loved the Philistines women, which actually tells us that there was a connection between those 2 nations. And again, when I'm saying Philistines, I'm not talking about Palestinians. It's a totally different thing, and I don't want to connect those 2 because there's no connection. Delilah was the 3rd one, and he loved her very much. And he told her the secret of his bravery, supernature that God gave him, and that's his hair. In that matter, when he told her his secret, she cut his hair, and that, according to the Bible, was the God's plan. God didn't like him anymore as a prophet. We are running away from that place because it's so freezing, but you can say goodbye to Samson. And you can see that the woman and the man are at the same place now. There's no section for women. And you can see that beautiful view. See the beautiful view of it, and more and more Hasidis, ultra-Orthodox, are arriving here to pray next to the prophet. So now we know a little bit more about it. You can see the tell. We are living the tell. It's a short video. I never took a video of it. Next to the tomb of Samson and his father Manoach, I couldn't actually talk, but something is wrong here. The Jews are not buried their dead inside the city, and this is Tel Tzorah. It was on the peak of the city. For me, it's a little bit problematic. Secondly, the Bible mentioned that he was buried between Tzorah and Eshtaol. This is not between. This is at Tzorah. This is Tel Tzorah. This is the village of Samson and Manoach. Then, in that case, what I believe is that it was somewhere in the valley. That place does not exist anymore. Then someone one day decided to build here, the place that you saw, a tomb. True or not, guys, I don't know. If so many people believe that this is the tomb of Manoach, and they can change a little bit to the right, to the left, the Bible, well, maybe it is, but it was important for me to show you that and to tell you that it's quite an important figure, a prophet for most of the Israelis, and now we know that it's not only for the Jews, it's for the Christians itself. What you see here is the valley of Ayalon, and if you remember Joshua, who actually won the war between the 5 Canaanite kings. It was right there, and it's almost dark, and Joshua said, ask God to leave the sun on. This is the valley of Ayalon then. 2 in 1. You saw the tomb of Samson, or not, and you can see the valley of Ayalon. Beside Joshua, you can see the city of Modi'in, and that's the city of the Maccabees, the Hashmonite. You remember the miracle of the temple, the Greek emperor, the Maccabees, the temple, the Jewish temple, Hanukkah. For the Catholic, it's part of the Bible. For the Jews, it's an history book. Then in that case, you can see the valley, and a few of the wars actually happened there. Then if that's Modi'in, that's there. It's around, that's the area of Tel Aviv, and I'm heading back home. I hope that you study today. Remember, I will upload few videos about those places, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.